Disclaimer: the information and education material contained herein is meant to promote the general understanding and dialogue of GANs processing. Such information is not meant or intended to serve as a substitute for a healthcare professional's clinical training, experience, or judgment. For patients and individuals, such information is not to be a substitute for professional medical, therapeutic, or healthcare advice or counseling. For medical issues or concerns, including decisions about medications and other treatments, readers, viewers, listeners should always consult their physician or, in serious cases, seek immediate assistance from emergency personnel. Prescription information, procedures, and use of medical devices information should be undertaken only by properly trained and certified medical personnel. We specifically disclaim any warranties, express or implied, including implied warranties of merchantability or fitness for a particular purpose. Such information is provided, as is, and is believed to be accurate at the time of its publishing, but it is the viewer's job to evaluate the accuracy of any information found in this presentation. Every case presented is of their own experience, applied by themselves for themselves, and it applies to their case only. Every person experiencing health problems should seek professional medical advice and consult their course of treatment with a doctor. The processes of plasma balancing described herein are a natural process which supports the body but does not replace medical advice or therapies one is already subject to.
It's time for change to move into the real work of the universe. And it's time to understand that we use the matter state to reach the level of understanding. Whatever you have had is that they bring the ears, that it can be used when the time of the Messiah comes. They can teach the soul and the message, not to oppose, but by them understanding through those who have become Messiahs to give from their souls to these to elevate, the job is made easy. The school is there and the students are devotedly there. Then there won't be any fight between what they call the Muslims and the Christians. The lamb and the lion will eat and sleep in the same nest. The Christians and the Muslims will sleep and pray in the mosque and in the same church in the name of their souls, not in the name of religion. That is used to create so much conflict for the benefit of those who were the hyperactive children. The time has come, the time of change is here. And as I said, my wish is my command. If it's your wish to see peace, the path of peace is laid very clearly. It's the soul of the collective awareness by giving will create that position of change. No other thing. There is no pen in the soul of the man. And I'm sure once you go into the universal community, you will never see anything written but the balance of the fields of the soul of the existence. Try to be humble enough not to become arrogant in the power that you have understood and you possess. Otherwise, you'll fall in the same path of the church and the mosque. This is what we promised, and this is what we have delivered. We have to understand the operation of the soul, and we have to understand the soul of the man is a star in the cosmos of the universe. If we compare the soul of the man and many of us, 7 billion in one collection, Earth is like a galaxy with so many stars. When we look in the depth of the universe, we see galaxies with hundreds of millions of stars in it. So is the planet Earth. It carries 7 billion beautiful stars, which are the soul of the man. Carries with it soul of so many trillions of animals, plants, and everything else. So if you look, when someone who does not see the physicality of the earth and its content, what do they see? They see a galaxy with so many beautiful lights shining, each one according to their strength, each one according to their position. An infant has a beautiful soul, so has the old man. To those who do not see the physical dimension of this planet, but they see the strength of the field, we are clusters of stars. The human race, every single soul, no one from a distance sees that's the soul of a fisherman, that's the soul of the cosmologist, that's the soul of the president. They all shine irrespective of the physicality. This is the magic. This is what the new science has to bring to man. When we look to our soul, we see nothing but a star in the other souls. And this is the break. This is the understanding. This is what all these teachings are about. Coming to mature to the next level, to understand in the deep space, the universe is the oyster for those souls who serve. Then man is ready to go into space. Then man is ready to become part of the universal community which has been promised. I never promised you heaven. I always promised you the elevation of the man to join the family. And now you have the key. It's you who has to open the door to understand, if I can raise the soul of these people or millions of other souls, that the physical life on this planet changes, then I'm worthy to be part of the universal community. To be there to serve, to expand. To be there, to be part, that in the cycle of life of universe, I become, in being part, I become part of the totality. When man reaches that point, a new dimension in the strength of the soul of the man will appear, which is beyond imagination of understanding of the physical life. It's the gate to the opening of the new life, in a new dimension, which is beyond imagination of what you might call a new beginning, a new cycle. Which that cycle carries with itself the origin of the creation of life in the universe and in the universe. It's the elevation of the soul to serve become the key, not a throne of the physical life. The time is right. The time has come for the man to go through this process.
Hello and welcome everyone to the 216th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace and Justice here on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. My name's Rick Crammond. I'll be a host today along with Mark. And I believe we're ready to begin today's workshop. And let me get the necessary materials up in front of us here. And take it away, Universal Council, please.
Thank you, my dear Rick. Thank you so much. And blessings to you always for your love, kindness, and care. And welcome. Welcome, my dear ones. Welcome, my beautiful souls, to the beautiful energy of one planet, one race, one race for one nation, one race for justice. I apologize, for justice and world peace. Welcome to the beautiful energy of Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute. Welcome to the beautiful energy of knowledge seekers and truth seekers all over the world. Welcome to the beautiful energy of the Universal Councils. Welcome to the truth. Thank you. And I will say, there was a time, my dear ones, that as a being, I was always afraid the rain will come and will pass away in sadness. And always I begged for the rain is coming. I'm begging for the moments of love, either begging for the moments of feelings of love. But the rain passes by and the sadness was still. But then the thing has gone, and I will say, oh, beautiful, the rain is here, and we are experiencing the night, the beautiful night full of stars, walking with the stars, talking to them, moving in the most beautiful, fragrant flowers of like in a garden that has never been before. So this is the way the rain is here, and we can experience. Oh, beautiful. So I will read this beautiful words for you, my dear. This is an experience out of comprehension, but in the presence of emotion of I am, we understand the peace, we understand the love, we understand what is needed. And we are, as our beautiful teacher Alex says, we are the inventors, we are the investors, and we are the shareholders, my dear. So this is the sharing we have done as stars. So I'll read these beautiful words. Through the beauty of the soul of diversity of the languages spoken on planet Earth, all souls are as equal, and all are as creators, as they are created in the image of the Creator. We are all that beauty in totality from inside. One time, some said that your tears cannot wash your guilt. But then now I understood the knowledge of the Creator, that that was the truth I was holding like the moon in my heart, close to my heart. That was the truth, not the guilt. And there is no more tears to wash. So that is the truth came out, and I was so happy. I am so happy, and I know we are all happy, will be always. Uh, thank you, my dear ones. Thank you so much. We can move to the next slide, my dear Rick. Yes, this is the 5 minutes of silence for the elevation of the soul of the 5+1 peace negotiators, the souls of the IAEA, all IAEA India International Atomic Association Organization members of this organization, all souls working for peace in Vienna, the all souls of humanity, the souls of world leaders and religious leaders of planet Earth, and all souls of humanity as one. So the time begins. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my beautiful souls, for being present. And thank you to all humanity for being present. So before moving to the next slide, as we are elevating continuously the soul of humanity all over, especially the leaders and the organizers of big organizations, religion or other organizations. As we say, the magnitude is so high, the peace is here, and the manifestation of the architecture of peace is also, we can see now in this news clip, which my dear Elias, Universal Council, will read. If dear Elias, can you read the clip? That is a beautiful word said by Foreign Minister of Russia, Sergei Lavrov. Yes. Are you going to read, dear Elias?
Hello, this is Elias.
Oh.
You see English? A new reality is taking shape. The unipolar world is irretrievably receding into the past, and the multipolar world is being born.
Thank you, my dear Elias. And now we can see the manifestation of the elevation of the souls. And this is the beauty and totality of the universal unified being. It is working and it will work as we want it. So this is, we want peace and justice for the whole world, for humanity to be one. And this is here, you can see the foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov of Russia. It is he was in a short visit to India, and after that he tweeted this. And I was amazed by seeing him here in India with such a short visit, that he was in this conflict with Ukraine and all. He was here, and that surprised me. But that came as beauty and totality also, that peace has already manifested, and of course, the technology of Keshe Foundation is going forward. Thank you, my dear Elias. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now we can go to the next slide.
Hello, this is Marie. I'm a Universal Council member for the Norwegian language. And I'm going to read an invitation from the Brazilian community. It's on the next page, if you go to the next page, Rick. Join Brazil Intention. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. CEST. Together, we bring the change. Mr. Keshe has said that the 5+1 negotiations in Vienna with Iran are basically complete. Nevertheless, we keep part of our intention there. But the main focus now is the elevation of the soul of the whole of humanity, and especially the world leaders, that they stop their background activities that are causing so much trouble today, and to sincerely focus on world peace and allowing the new technology to come into public. In 425th Knowledge Seekers Workshop, Mr. Keshe said, extend intention from 5+1 to whole of humanity. The group has enough power to do so. please, everyone around the world, join us. If you cannot do it physically, then join us through your soul as often as you can. Through your day, connect to the group soul and feel the elevation of the leaders' souls spreading across the whole world. There is no doubt we can achieve this through our souls. And to join this intentional meeting, you can go to the Keshe Brazil Knowledge Team on Telegram. And there is a video chat that is open every day, 6 p.m. CEST. So this is a beautiful contribution from the Brazilian knowledge seekers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Yes, beautiful presentation from Brazilian always. Very beautiful work they do, indeed. Thank you. Yes, this is.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are, like Mr. Keshe saying, every Tuesday. Yes, this is One City, One Center project. And as you know, last week, we start with Krasimir explaining about the distribution because we need to understand what we have so we can get the best out of it. So that's why I wanted to Krasimir explain about the distribution, because when in the Italian community, there was this need of find alternative way to support their families because of restriction that happened. I mean, definitely now, the world preparing condition for us to get united more and more, like this sentence we just read about this politician. And we know we got the power, we know we can do it, and we just now getting, it's like going to the gym, or it's like going, doing a driving license training. So we practice until naturally and effortless we get the result we want, because this is how, now that we know that we have a soul inside us and we're learning how to use it at the best, we understand that the soul is not just like he hoping for things going well. It's not like you wake up in the morning and you hope for the world get better. When you work with the soul, you're guarantee of the result. So you know that you know, we're going to achieve, or we already have achieved, but we're not aware of world peace. No, so we know that at the right time it will manifest fully in this totality, and now we just, so the soul is just preparing condition, and then whatever we wish, it's become, you know, reality. The dream become reality, the paradise on earth. So we have to just keep going, keep remind us. Definitely, this platform, it's very good to remind us what we can do, and really give us direction on where to put our attention. Because where you put your attention, many you know, monks or people with wise people, they always say, where you put attention, it's where your energy goes. So we got our choice. We got choice of where to put our attention. So this week in the Universal Council, in the program of Mary, the second question was, in the dimension of the fields, of the universe. Could you explain how we can do good? And this was a question to the Universal Council. Okay. In the dimension of the fields of the universe, could you explain how we can do good? So we know now that, and this happened, this come out this week, something happened this week that it's gonna answer this question. So I want to share what happened. So, because I think, I mean, I thought this is good to share to this platform because it could, you know, helps everyone. So answer Valicia, but also everyone. So in the dimension of the fields of the universe, could you explain how we can do good? So how can we do good in the fields of in the dimension of the fields? So as we know, I just to make it briefly, I want to share what I heard that Charlie Monk said, and I thought, oh, this is really good. It's really going line with what we want to go deeper with. So we want to study fields. So we know the fields are also our thoughts. And he's saying, imagine that every thought is a seed, like a seeds of a plant, no? And you put the seeds in the ground and you will have to then, before or later, you will enjoy what come out of it. So the fruit or the plants, whatever you decide to seed. So that is the dimension of the field. So our thoughts, no, are seeds, and they will shape the tomorrow. So this is what we can do. If each knowledge seekers or everyone who listening now understand that every thought it's a seed, you will be very self-responsible of you know, what to think or what give attention to. You know, you can always cancel things that you're not aligned with. So this is what we can do. So this is what we can do to make good, you know, to make good, you know. So it's just become aware of our thoughts, because he was saying that usually, you know, we are all worried about wars, we are all worried about injustice at a bigger scale, you know. But if we want to empower ourselves, if we are self-responsible on our thoughts in daily basis, and this is something that we all can do. And if we are as knowledge seeker, we just read, Mr. Keshe was saying in the paper before that we all can do this. So if we all, and how can we do this? If we just become more self-conscious of our thoughts and understand that when people judge each other, when people talk bad about others, or people when you are complaining of what's happening around you, you know, so that is a seed that you're gonna plant. And he was saying that sometimes if you think wars, they originated by people complaining. So this is something that we all can do, and we can have a power towards, and we can make a change on just be responsible on how we think and where we put attention, which thought we put attention to. So this is something that I want to say to everyone, because I found very important that we understand the power that we have to make the change. So this is something that is very important for One City, One Center, because this is a tool that we all have, and we can do anytime, anywhere. And you know, we go now, you know, now that we know, no, So really be more conscious about of your thoughts and what you're thinking. And the next time that maybe you want to complain about something, just think about that can make can be the origin of a war. So if you really want to have a wish of peace, this is something we can do, each one of us, to make towards that direction. So this is what I want to share about One City, One Center today. And so if we wanted to, if we don't judge and it's just waste of time, and refer even, you know, I know that when you're working with many people, it's very easy to maybe you bump into someone who you don't like, and then it's very easy to build on that. Maybe you know, our thoughts, you know, not really nice come up. So yeah, I mean, that it's something so simple where we stop judging and we really work as one. That would, I think, make a big change. And then obviously, this is finished, but obviously I wanted to also continue what Krasimir did last week. So I don't know if anyone has questions about the distribution, or I don't know actually if Krasimir is here to answer, but you know, if anyone's got question, can always put them out. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, perfect. So I don't know if Krasimir is here. And
I've got one question that came up earlier, and it has to do with what is the procedure for someone to become a distributor of the Keshe Foundation products? So maybe Krasimir can speak to that.
He's not here, Rick. I don't see him in the list.
But here we got the address, because the most simple step one, and these are no, because we invite him in the Italian community and explain, is to email this address you can see on the screen, sell@kfm.global. You have to email this, and then it will take it from there. You will start the process with this email.
Okay, perfect. That's what we need to know.
Thank you, Stefania. Any other questions about the sales, about the distribution? To be a distributor of peace, as Krasimir said in the last One Planet, One Race. And this is the kindness everybody can do for the communities they want to do, they want to help. And this is the way the technology is going to go forward. So I will say, come up, welcome, my dear ones, being the most wonderful heart and soul. Thank you so much. And this is the One City, One Center project, as we are going through the process, and very, very soon the manifestation, as the emotions of the leaders are changing, things are going to change, and the mechanism will be visible to all of those who never have even dreamt of it, you know, like us. So this is the way the manifestation of light is going to be. And if any question about the sales, about the products, about the units, please go to the sales, this email, sales@kfm.global, and you will get your beautiful answers as a feedback. So thank you, Stefania, for your beautiful words. Be the one city, one center, forever in the dimension of love. Thank you so much. We can go to the next slide. So this is the Mehran. Welcome, my dear ones.
Hey, thank you, Sweta. I don't know if Andreas is here. I mean, I saw him, so I know he's here. And I mean, I hope everyone is enjoying his presentation. It's really good, I think, with the presentation. So, Andreas, I'll give it over to you. I don't know. Yeah.
Hello, world. Hello, everybody. So, where should we start? Is there anything that we can do as the priority number one? Did anything happen during the breeding? So if not, I would like to go a bit deeper in one of the drawings from last week. Try to put the camera. Rick, can you allow my camera, please?
It should be good there now.
Thank you. So if we remember the last teachings from Thursday from Mr. Keshe, he was drawing something like this, and then an eye above. So I would like to focus on the eye. So what we basically see in the eye is we have some white parts and we have some colorful parts. And then basically, well, what we have here would be the black part. And in that black part, we have that little white part again. So I need to ask Sweta for just for a second. Sweta, can you share with us what does it mean, the word heavy in Hindi?
What?
The word heavy. Yes.
Heavy in Hindi is bhari.
Okay.
And bhari, you can, bhari means heavy. And you can also interpret in this, our way, the gravity of it, you know, the bhari.
Okay.
Is it okay?
I will come back again to that question. So now, since we actually have not just one eye, we have two eyes. We already have two parties. But there is a way that you can see into the mirror and basically see how balanced you are. So the exercise this time is a very short one, but you go close, maybe like 5 to 10 centimeters in front of the mirror, and you basically say nothing, you just observe. Or if you go a bit later, so you say that I am, that I am. Sweta, does guru also mean something like heavy or dark?
Yes, guru means gravity, good. I mean, the most important, yes, yes. The most enlightened, full of light, yes.
But what does it resemble then with heavy or dark?
No, it doesn't resemble heaviness or dark. It resembles the an enlightenment, the light. As we say, the dark of the night, the most beautiful light we see, that is the guru. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you stand in front of the mirror, basically 5 to 10 centimeters. You watch yourself in the eye, and then you say, I am that I am. G-U-R-U. And then you basically let yourself sink in that moment. Basically, you try to relax both of your eyes, that they can fall into each other in your vision. So the more you become a cyclop, or basically a one eye, you will see how much difference there is. Maybe it looks like this. So the more relaxed you are in all parts of yourself, be it soul, mind, or body, it will basically show you how much you can merge yourself. So when you bring those two parts together, you basically make one eye out of two. And we have done this. We have a binocular made into a telescope. So now, since you are looking into the mirror, you basically look into yourself. And maybe you will find yourself in a whole new picture. And just a little hint here now, if you have one on the left and one on the right, an image, you will get a fusion picture of the both. So you have to accept the good and the bad things of both of the two sides. And basically, so letting go, you will go inside. To see the light. So we don't even have a tube like this in the body, but also we have like a tube in the eye. And that goes deeper and deeper inside. So basically, this is like the visual training of letting go. So basically unfocus, because as long as you focus, you will have the left one and the right one, like a separation. And we don't have to dig in or to basically look for something, but through letting go, because the gravity of the guru basically means you let yourself be guided through the void or through the attraction of the gravitational force. So you trust in that pull.
Yes, I will say the trust in the pull is because the magnitude we understand within it moving. And if we see in India here, thank you, my dear Andreas. In India, uh, uh, we put bindi on our forehead in between the two eyes, in the two eyebrows, in between the two eyebrows, we put colorful spot, I mean, I will say colorful manifestation on the forehead. And we say that this is the truthful, the true I. You can imagine, as you said, the two eyes coming together. And actually, the I see the justification in that bindi, in that bindi. And when it comes, it comes as a bride comes, a new bride comes in the home of the groom, and she wears this large bindi on the forehead. Here in India, this is the marriage culture. But the culture is so true in that way that the bride doesn't see with the two eyes. The bride sees with the forehead, the one eye, like the cyclone, as you said, the whole condition she has to manifest. She has to change if necessary. The magnitude is within her, and she understands the gravity of it, the need of it. So this is what I understand about well, in India it's called the Guru, the Gurutva Akarshan, the gravity, the third eye that manifest, going to manifest, the new manifestation to change the old manifestation, or there's a need to change like this. There is this gravity, the Gurutva Akarshan. Akarshan means attraction of the gravity, as you said, pull of the gravity is so much that the magnitude much, much higher comes out. And we can see this red bindi on the forehead here in India. And many cultures follow like this. And this is the way the one eye see the condition, what is needed. And this is very beautifully you said, even we understand the tube of the light and go through that way and understand the universe. Now we can say that. It doesn't need to be, do you jump out from the Himalayas and say, I am a guru and I can do this miracle and that. Anybody can do that. This is so truthful and simple. Thank you, my dear Andreas. Thank you for giving letting me say something. Thank you.
Thank you, Sweta. I hope to bring some practicality into the truth that is basically visible on us, in us, and around us. And therefore, we usually think our way into, I don't know, into somewhere very heavy or dense stuff, when basically we just need to look maybe with our both eye and then let go of both the good and the bad to basically come back to our potential, which is in so many ways also the state of 0 point, where the time is now and you are wherever you are at the right place.
Yes, in the balanced position, it has been from eons. Maybe we all have incarnated several times, and even in dreams we understand when we came, where we came. But now is the moment that we understood the real form we are. Well, I will say some few words. There is an epic book in India called Ramayana. There was a prince called Rama. Actually, we say that he was a god of heaven, or we can say a master. But when all the gods came together, And Rama has chosen to incarnate on earth. And the gods were sad then. Why you want to incarnate? You know, you have to suffer, and then you know how it is. But Rama says, it's all right. I will go. I will come out from everything. But as you say, the two eyes, my dear Andreas, the god falls into it. And he dies like he think he was committed crime. So this how it happens. These two eyes can see what you should be doing, what is needed, and the focus is the gravity of it. To understand the gravity of that need, to create that magnitude that it can go forward in action, in charge. So when we are all in this matter state, even we are doing things they say wrong, but we say that is right because this has to be done. Otherwise, even from the inside, everything will be in the chaotic position. I can see that. Well, we will say, I can see that. We can see that. We can see you as transparent as we can see, like that. If they say one word, we can understand that we have to deplete that energy, abusive energy. We can see that coming. That is the most important thing. These two eyes to understand all the matter, all the illusion, and then the one eye, the Gurutvakarsan, the Guru from within you, the master from within you says that this is the ethics. Do it like that, And now we are able to follow but as I said earlier, that somebody says to me, I felt I was guilty in the earlier times when I was searching for truth, searching for the reality. Somebody says to me that, very cruel, and said to me that I was crying. He said to me that these tears doesn't going to wash your guilt. And now in this position of balance, I understand that was the truth I was holding. That was going to come out. I wanted it to come out from my heart. So that was the thing, that was the beauty I have seen, I have witnessed and justified in my own way, in my fields. So that is the way, if we say, is justified, yes, this is justified, and we can go forward on it like that. This is of course my point of view. So this is, thank you, my dear Andreas. This is so beautifully you have said, you draw, and this changes everything, the darkness of the night, the beauty of the stars we can see. And when the sun rises, every illusion comes in position and deceive you like that. But that is real, or the reality is from within? And the Guru understands that. The eye within the two eye, that is the meaning. That is the important thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Sweta. Maybe I was a Indian ambassador in my last past life. So
you are. Thank you. Can I? Yes. Can I say something more?
Please.
I just want to say, when in India, as we say, the humanity in the new cycle of light and love and learning how to live life actually with the energies we are. And here in many parts of Asia, in India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, this culture of the bride and groom, they decorate themselves. They decorate, the bride decorate with a big bindi and with a pot with the vermilion, the sindoor. the jewelry in her touching her waist, and she comes in with this painted feet, red painted feet, and steps in the house of the groom. And that way, that moment, the manifestation starts. The bride enters, and all welcome her, and she sees her with her two eyes, like all the condition, and smiles with to the groom that yes, everything is fine, everything I will handle, I will understand the condition, love will be always there, like that happens. And here in the foundation, in the energies of truth seekers and knowledge seekers, we are going to this new cycle, like the bride and grooms, creating the new child, creating the new way of living, the new way that hasn't been before. And of course, the pain and suffering, and mostly there will be no hunger anymore. That is the promise of the within. So this is what I want to say. Because when I was a little girl, I see when these marriages were going on, and we jumped to see the bride, not the groom. We jumped and go to see the bride, how she looks, how she has been makeup, how what jewelry she has worn, and the paint she has been painted with, because there's a ritual of painting with chandan. What I can say, chandan in English. There's a fragrant tree stems that is used in the decoration of the bride, and with red and white bindis, spots, you can say. So the whole of her body is like in tattooing fashion, but with the mehendi, with the herb mehendi, and with the vermilion, she was so decorated that it is 100% newness, like that. So this is what we are doing now, this moment of peace and love, the ceremony, the the beauty and totality is in here. So this is the eye of the bride and groom, the oneness that has been created for the soul child. And this is the way. If there is time, if there is time, I want to read a beautiful message sent in by Universal Council, my dear Gunther. Can I read that from the telegram? As we say, the eye. And yes, can I read?
Yeah, sorry.
If there is time. If
yeah,
there is time.
What would you like to do? I'm not the host here.
I want to read a message. As we say,
please,
the
yes,
new...
yes. Yes.
Oh, thank you. I am. Yes, I'm opening the telegram here. This is posted by Universal Council, my dear Gunther. Beautiful, beautiful presentation. And I will read it, that here it comes, yes. As knowledge seekers, we know how we invite souls to become a child of Earth. We pray 20 years before we use CO2, guns, water, and all. Then another beautiful story from Namibia, Africa. The Song of the Child. Among the Himba people of Namibia in southern Africa, the date of birth of the child is not fixed at the moment of its birth or its conception, but much earlier, since the day the child is thought in the mind of its mother. So beautiful. When a woman decides to have a child, she settles down and rests under a tree. She listens until she hears the song of the child who wants to be born. And after hearing the song of the child, she returns to the man who will be the child's father to teach him that song. Then when they love to receive the child physically, they sing the song of the child to invite it. When the mother is pregnant, she teaches midwives and other women in the village to sing this song. When the child is born, the old woman and the people around him sing his song to welcome him. When the child grows, the other villagers learn his song. When the child falls or gets hurt, he always finds someone to pick him up and sing his song to him. When the child does something miraculous or successfully go through the rites of passage, the villager sings his song to honor him. In the tribe, there is another occasion when the villagers sing for the child. And if at any time in his life he commits a deviant crime or other egregious social act, the individual is called to the center of the village, and the people in the community form a circle around him singing his song. The tribe recognizes that the correction of an antisocial behavior is not through punishment, but through love and recall of identity. And when the child lies in his bed in old age and is ready to die, all the villagers know his song and sing it for the last time. So beautiful, dear Gunther, so beautiful. And this is the way we create our two child. With our two eyes, the child of the newness. So this is the way the two eyes become one. The oneness became one for all. So thank you, my dear, for listening. Thank you. It is his song, his song. When the child came, before the child came, the song is about him. It is for all of us. What is our song? We can sharing. Are we sharing? Are we sharing our songs? Are the songs are same? Like that. Thank you.
Is anyone has question for Andreas? Or Andreas, do you want to go forward? I don't know what time is it. Yeah, we got time.
Maybe you can elaborate just a little bit further. So now when we were just looking in the eye and we were basically seeing nothing or the darkness, if this is a ball in space, so there will be stars, suns, other planets probably. So now how does the planet basically become a planet? If we know that gravity is pulling, basically we need to integrate and let it sink in. So we need to let go basically what holds us in the exterior. We need to find a place where everything is okay. Nothing is good or bad, it just is. And the more we have this trust, basically this experience or this discovery, the more we can radiate out, because the soul is in a solar state, basically it's radiating in 360 around. Did you ever think how the planet was created? Was it like two hands coming together, forming a snowball, and then it turns to a stone planet or an Earth planet with water on it? So if it's just an exchange from out to in, then it will always be like that. So when you arrive at another destination, either on the planet or on another solar system, what if you have the sandbox of the universe at your hand, basically? Would you know what makes sense to that solar system when you deploy here, or when you come out bigger over here, so that you don't shake things up? Or if it's the other way around, basically you can't be the man, but you have maybe something like this, and you can still live or experience. Maybe there are states where it just has to be like a cloud, because otherwise you would not fit in there. So there are many ways to see it, but yet it's always like the full potential and the integration of that into limited space and probably time as well at the same time, what makes us coming together. So before we could shine, we basically need to dissolve that border that makes us think that we are just two sides. One is the good one is the bad one. So if we put those two and elevate that through the heart, it just becomes a potential of yes and no, left and right, up and down, inside and outside. So let's say the minus here is the gravitational, and the plus here is the magnetical. So we know it's a balance of give and take, or receive and give. You know what you are doing, that it's right when it also feels good to you, but in a true matter of feeling, not in a sense of thinking good. So when you take too much from the outside, basically it will be too much for your inside sooner or later. So basically being in balance will make you neutral to the tides of plus and minus. And when you are in this center state, where you basically just know that you are basically everywhere and nowhere in the same condition. So everything is same but different. You will have a different relationship to any of these entities. So I ask myself quite some time who I am a brother to if I would be becoming a Mehran. I have a physical brother. If I'm brother now with Stefania and the other two Mojans, does that restrain me from becoming a brother to everyone else? Can I be a brother of the animal world, the insects? Can I be even a brother to the universe or to a planet or to the moon? And what does that mean to myself or to us if we basically share the common interest to the greater good through peace and love? Then it's not taking care, but it's there a consciousness that basically provides already this feeling good, this clarity, this insight, to make it easy to understand, to communicate. It's literally the understanding if you can see yourself in the other one of the self. So go look into the mirror and see if you can recognize yourself or if you see someone else. And in the quest of letting go, do you need to remain in exactly that shape, or maybe there is also a better version of you? Don't need to grow like 10 fingers at one hand. But do we really need 5? Maybe you can just lose some weight and basically become lighter in this way of thinking and feeling. So exchange yourself as you would treat yourself as a brother or as a sister. Does that make any sense?
Yes, absolutely. I see that Liliana has put a link in the chat to an article in the KF Wikipedia. Perhaps we can have a quick look at that as well. I'll bring that up, and it's called The Eye, Doorway to the Soul. We can give people the link to that, I believe. Yes. So it's looking at the eye as a portal. I don't think we need to read the whole article, but we can give the link for people. Seems quite relevant. It's just another way of looking at the eye. It's based on the 259th Knowledge Seekers Workshop, apparently. So I'll put the link for that into the chat. Oh, sorry, it's already into the chat here from Liliana, but I'll put it into the YouTube chat and into the live stream chat. Okay, I don't think we need to, we probably don't have time to get into that in detail. So back to you, Andreas.
maybe you can just remain for one more moment with that portal, because what happens if it would be a portal? If everybody could just access that portal at will, where would we be at today? Everyone has a different understanding of what that portal could be or where it could lead to. So maybe there's a reason why we have two eyes, and no, not everybody is jumping around or teleporting around or going through portals all the time. Split the one door into two, so that there is always, like a safety fallback if you think you need to go either to one or the other. Basically, you have to put them maybe after each other. Like one door is pulling you in and the other one will throw you out, like that.
Stefania suggested to read some of it. Would you like to do that, Andreas?
I can do that.
I'll make it a bit bigger here. That's a big eye. Okay.
What can we do? What can we call a portal? A portal is an eye into the future, an eye into another dimension. The soul of the man has its own portal. How the physicality has created the portal as ways on transportation for its communication, for its bandwidth strengths of the software on higher or lower order. If you look at the structure of the physicality of the man and the position of the soul of the man, you will see the portal. It has been there. It is a portal that we as a human being would never consider it. If we look at the skull of the man, we see within the structure of the skull of the man, the soul of the man has made the portal for itself in a very clever way. An eye into the dimension of the physicality, an eye into the dimension of the soul, the eye of the soul. If you look at the position of the portal and draw a line, when you go across it, what do you see? If you take the totality of the wavelengths or the bandwidth of the eye of the man, you cross the position of the soul of the man. The soul of the man has chosen a dimension of the soft tissue. The rest of his structure is considered to be well absorbed. When we look into the neural system of the eye, when we look into the structure of the eye and the soul of the man, we find one of the most important portals of the life of the man himself. If you can increase and understand the strengths of the soul of the man and its operation, the whole universe becomes visible to you. In the universal community, many bases are like this. It is all closed. They have used the strengths of the soul to go beyond dimension of the physicality, of the structure of the boundary, of the emotion, or what we call the brain. We speak about the soul of the man and the portal, the eye of the man. At the same time, this skin follows the whole structure of the physicality. Do we need to have a visual direction to be able to see, or can we direct our vision for us to be able to transfer through it the strengths of the soul of the man? Thank you. When you understand and when humanity comes to mature enough, you will find out that the physical I of the man in his body, as physicality is one of the most powerful tools that a man could have been given for the transportation and communication of the soul with the universe. Vision, the eye of the man, is soft tissue axis. If you look at the position of the soul, and if you look at the other dimension of the brain of the man, the soul sits right through. It looks down the eye of the man. Up or down slightly, you will see the direction of the soul. We are looking at the side view of the head. I think that's that other picture further down the page. Figure 1, yeah, comes down. Yeah, that one. We are looking at the sideway of the head. When you look at the frontal view, you will see the eye of the man looks directly into the soul of the man. Is the vision a portal for communication for the soul of the man without the restriction to the dimension of physicality, to the strengths of the other souls? Would we see the soul of entities of the universe through our soul, through the eye of the man, but not through the physical operation of the man? Through the soul of the cells of the physicality of the man, that it converts to the vision of the soul of the man. Then it comes to one point. Is there a part in the brain of the man which can convert such information for us to understand? And then it comes another dimension of the understanding which the vision of the man has to and will open up to, that we have already been aware of the existence of the life beyond the life of the man in the universe. The information has been filtered at a given level that is not and is above or below the side vision of the man in the dimension of the physicality of the matter on this planet. Medical professionals confirm the existence through the medical knowledge, machinery, and the systems which confirm the correctness of the science. We put the parallel in the dimension of the soul and understanding the work of the plasma. This brings one thing very important to all of us. We have created systems and technologies to confirm that what we see is what it is, because we have transferred the knowledge into physical dimension of the understanding of ourselves. We send aircrafts onto Mars, onto Moon, and we take still pictures of that frame at the vision of man, not at the strengths of the vision of the universe. We understand that there is a process of conversion, but the man has made systems to confirm according to the time of his understanding, systems to confirm it is correct, and we have accepted it. It is time to walk and understand that the work of the physicality of the universe is not at the level of the vision of the man. It is at the vision of the full strength spectrum of the soul of the man. We just convert it, we just take the part which we need. The God is the creator of all, and the man is the converter of some. We convert very little of it, but the love of the creator expands over the whole spectrum. What you see as an ant to another creature of the universe is a moving soul. Does not see the physicality. This is what we have to understand, and in the process of the life, especially when we come to portals and the portal to transfer the soul of the man or the dimension of the physicality of the man, these things count very heavy. It counts very heavy because you have to decide what is the space gap that I can exist and not necessary in the dimension of the physicality of this planet, this solar system, this galaxy, and this universe. If I take the same soul, which gives the physicality of the man with 2 arms and 2 legs, and put it onto another universe strength dimension, it could become nothing. It becomes one sun, it covers the whole space of that universe. Because it is the energy of the system that counts, not the length of your fingers or toes. Then we come to one fundamental understanding. When we make these portals, when we make these systems of transportation of the soul of the man into the dimension of the universe, do we need to control them at the strength of the soul of the man on this planet, or do we give to the soul of the man the freedom to choose in space its point, its confirmation of existence? I made man in the image of myself. The image of me on Earth is 2 hands and 2 legs, and the image of me on planet Zeus is 20 arms and 40 legs. Which one is my image, or is my image dependent on the environment of the manifestation? Do I still communicate and be in control of the space dimension of the soul of the man in that position? I still can look through that portal, and I can still be in touch with the mother, with the sister, which I knew on the planet. Does the soul of the man live, communicate, and will forever communicate as long as the dimension of the physicality of the man exists through the portal of the eye of the man? Does the body need the eye, or has it made itself 2 holes to be able to escape through and be able to do its work, to communicate with the outside at the strength of the vision of the man? Now, for the first time, we understand what it means and how we dream, how the dream comes to visualized by us. We actually see our eye has always seen the soul of the mother and has transformed it in physical dimension to the structure of the mother, even through the life of the mother in front of you. Then, when we come to understand how far man has fooled himself in confirmation of the physicality, in so many ways, we have changed the strength. At a certain strength, we see physicality of the mother, but in fact, we always observe the soul of the mother. And when the mother changes the position and leaves the physicality, we still see the same soul, and we transfer it to the vision as the mother. This is the truth of our creation, which man has never understood. It is like a house with bricks, and wherever you go, you do not see anything outside except where you left 2 windows. By the brick walls, we block ourselves to see the outside and the outside to see us. But we choose a window to be the portal for us to be able to see. So has been the man himself. Nothing changes in what is happening outside in the reality of the dimension of existence. It is just when we decide to look through the window. All the information from outside has always come in through the window, and all the information from outside and from inside has gone out through the window. We made the house in the same condition and position of the skull of the man. We gave it a portal. We call it the window, and we made it transparent. It is us who have chosen to pull the shutters that we do not see when it is dark or when it's cold. And in the eye of the man, we created the eyelashes that this time is just, this time I just want to work through the soul. We call it the sleep time. That we do not need the dimension of the information in the dimension of the physicality, that we do not want to see the color, the bedroom, the roof, the ceiling, or the sky. We only work through the dimension of the soul of the man. The work of the soul of the man never stops. Just because you close the shutters of the windows of the house, it does not mean the sun is not shining, and it does not mean that the light bulb in the house is not working. You have decided to close, but in reality, the field strength above that shutter moves in, the heat of the sun comes in. So is the soul of the man. But in the condition of the eye of the man, when the information comes through the cycle of the vision, in the socket that is another intermediary conversing the information of the soul of the man to the dimension of the physicality of the mother, as you know. When it comes to the dimension of the space, how do we recognize the passengers of the universe if we carry the dimension of the physicality of the man and the strengths of the field of physicality? The astronauts of the future will have a huge problem to separate themselves from this. Those of you who travel through the structure of the soul of the man will enjoy the beauty of the creation across the universe. Then the questions goes, do we still need a spaceship, or do we travel on the ship of the space of our soul and conquer the universe? Now I have offered you one of the biggest mysteries of mankind. Because you are so physical, you have to see it to believe it. Now you understand how a seeing has been the tool for you not to see the reality, because it has kept the man in the dimension of physicality at the strengths of more or less the calcium of the life of this planet. Slightly different strengths of calcium can create the transparency of the vision of the man. When I pile it up, I call it the skull, and I had thickened it a little bit. I call it the skin. But this is the strengths I want to travel, and I made portals for it to travel in the spans of the universe. It is for those of you who understand to decide where you want to go, and to many of you, it will take you some time to understand, and many of you already understood because I have reached and touched the soul to carry the information. In a way, if you look at it, we have to do something while the soul is alive. Does not matter on this planet or in the universe. What is better to teach the other souls, to serve, to elevate the souls of so many? Then the question comes, what you will do when you become a passenger of the space, and in the dimension of the soul of creation, you become part of, and you become into a new dimension. Do you become a teacher, or you become a thief? This is very much depends on the strengths of the physicality you choose, or you live on the extension and the dimension of the soul of the man. The physicality needs feeding, and if you cannot find continuous feeding, you become a thief. The soul becomes a teacher. Does not feed it, but it teaches, and it teaches, it receives. And as it teaches, it receives. It is what I have given that it has become, not what it has taken from me moving from it. This is a very big, important point for those of you who start understanding the work of the soul, the understanding of the work of the portals, and the understanding that the portal of the universe does not have to be in the city, but it is in the eye of the man, to the vision of the man at strengths of the dimensions of the physicality, of the space and time of the existence. Next time when you dream and you say, I had a dream, just think, I did not have a dream. It is what I shared with the souls, and the soul allowed me to be shared with. And as the sun shines and it spreads its light, it feels at the same time shine on Earth as it shines on Jupiter and on Saturn. It is the space of time that it confirms its manifestation. As you are dreaming, or communicating through the dimension of the soul, then you are yourself and not then you are yourself another dimension as a star in the galaxy, receiving the lights and the fields of the universe. You take as much as you need, and you give as much as you do not need. You exist at the same time on Earth, on Mars, on Jupiter, and you can be observed in another part of the universe as that shiny dot you call the sun. We call it a solar system. The man has always been in touch with the totality of the universe. It is us who have chosen. It is us who have chosen. We just filter the physicality. We still let the process to the rest in the back, and in so many ways explain why the brain of the man is so big and it is such a big recorder of everything. It is not recording just what you see with the eye of physicality. It is recording also what is happening with the eye of the soul of the man, with the rest of the souls. It has to remember it because the same as you remember you have been to Africa 20 years ago and you saw the lion, it has to remember it. It has to remember it has been into the other universe and has seen such a thing because the other souls, which it is in touch with, have been there and they want to discuss something. The man has lived a life of schizophrenic, but he has never known. And as I say, the word schizophrenic does not exist it is the beautiful people when you understand it is a beautiful soul. It is the soul of the physicality and soul of the universe which exists within the soul of the man. Maybe now we can start going to the next step and understanding we creating these portals. Are we creating the portals for the soul of the creatures of the universe, which becomes visible to the soul of us, not the physicality of us? Or we still want to be in the fantasy world of building a spaceship to see the dimension of the universe? When you say, I had a premonition, I knew this was going to happen, I have seen this before, and now it has happened. Ask yourself a question. Did the soul, through the dimension of the portal of the eye of the man, has already seen it? You just come to see it in the dimension of physicality, or has created it for you to see the consequences of it? This is the beauty about you understand the totality of the creation, and as a messenger of God is our responsibility to enlighten. It is for a man to take the step, to confirm, to understand, and to take actions by it, due to the pleasure of it, not through the punishment of it. The time of punishment is finished. Those who still choose a path of punishment are thieves of the soul of the man. It is for the man to understand why and how, and the reasons for the sight of the man. The sight of the man is a communication line, a transformation line which covers both bandwidths, the dimension of the soul in conjunction with the operation of the universe, or the condition of their interaction with the dimension of the physicality. It transfers and translates both lines at the same time, and it sends it to the same pigeonhole which is relevant to it. Then the portal we make, we will see through the eye of the soul, not through the eye of physicality. How much more do we have to teach? Now you understand how close mankind is becoming to the point of detachment from physicality, because now he has a new vision, night vision of the soul, and just because it is dark, he could not see up to now. You are given the understanding and the vision of understanding of the totality. The night vision is a totally new day, which never ends. At night, you wear the night vision, and at daytime you see, but the picture is the same. At the same time, you have to decide, do I keep the night vision and physical dimension of the day? Or do I start to understand I have the capability to translate both at the same time? Very much like woman, multitasking. The man has been a man, only one task, physicality. Now, what happens when you become a woman and become multitasking, that we can translate the vision of physicality and we can communicate and translate the vision of the soul at the same time, because they come through the eye of the man. We created, the body has created this to fool the man, and that is why we became so physical. I see, I believe. What about if I manifest myself in the strengths of the soul of the mankind, that every man can see the totality of the soul of the Creator? The teaching of today is a turning point for the human race. It is for the man to understand, in the depth of space, the man decides the position and time and the way he likes to enjoy. You want to put the swimming suit on and go into the depths of the ocean, or do you want to put the suit on and go in the dimension of physicality in the depth of the space? The dimension of the soul within the physicality does not change. It still sees through both dimensions. It does not matter what suit you put on. The Creator has created the totality. The soul is pure and it gives. It is the physicality which plays until it melts and there is nothing, and then it blames the Creator and the soul. In the vision of the physicality of the man, those who understand and those who see through the soul of the man to the dimensions of the physicality, when the soul receives and becomes part of the dimension or tries to become part of the soul, this brings change in the color of the eye. This happens in the time of creation when the man has to open its eyes of the physicality from the womb of the mother, and the time of when the soul finds no interference through the eye of the man, through the dimension of the physicality at the point of departure from physicality. The soul of the man leaves the body of the man through the eye of the man at the point of death. Because this is the way it always has come and gone, he knows the door. In the future, when the man comes to understand more, he will develop systems that will show the process. It is the least path of friction that it creates the dimension of escape. When the soul of the man opens this path at the point of departure to amalgamate between the balanced fields of the universe, the translucent light will create or manifest itself at the point of departure. The man must become aware of the time and space, how or now. He cannot capture it and say, I captured the soul, but you can be aware of its existence and the field forces of it. It is not the energy which suddenly explodes at 18 Hiroshima bombs, but this is a subtle departure of the totality of the field to the least path of departure. It pushes through the eye of the man. I think today we have explained something that has changed, and we have reached the totality soul of the man. All the created things on this planet with the teachings of today. We will see the change and evolution in the direction that we want from now on. As I always say, when we teach, we do not need to use the word, but our operation of the fields of our soul touches the totality soul of all that they created. Not on this planet, but on those who are there to learn and to be enlightened. We will see the change. We have started the change because it is taking too long. Millions of years to change are too long. Through the conduct of the man, will change for the rest of the creatures on this planet. We have brought everything together in a beautiful way, be it from leadership, be it from the man, be it from the science of the man, be it from the understanding of the knowledge of the creation. The time is right, and the time is now. And this now for us, not this second. It is the process that we have started the change.
Thank you very much, Andreas. That was great, and that was a long thing to read through, but it was well worth it.
Eric?
It's more than some of it, as Sabina suggested, but it seemed to be that once you started, you couldn't stop because one idea led to another, and we had to finish the whole thing to get the concept. Very nice. Thank you.
I hope that was the end result. I mean, I hope I suggest a bit, but then I hope that once you started, you will not be able to stop.
Yes, my dear Andreas, so beautiful you read. This is the moment that it should be. And I will say that, yes, do you see, or you observed something, or you witnessed something? That is the dimension of the soul. So the beautiful reading you have done, Andreas. And now is the moment. We should see, we should observe, and the truth will come out, and the dimension will be fulfilled in beauty and totality. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I don't know, Andrea, if you want to add anything or...
Did we miss something?
I said, I don't know, do you want to add anything or anything what you read or we go forward? What would you like to do?
Well, usually after reading so many lines of text, usually I let it sink in for a bit, you know, and maybe we just let it stay for that moment, so we can
yeah.
let it grow.
Is there any question from any beautiful souls from Andreas or Stefania? Then we will live the moment.
There's one comment from Diane in the YouTube. Awesomely enlightening presentation, Andreas. Thank you. So that was nice. Thank you, Diane, for that comment.
My dear Rick, if there is no question, we can move to the next slide. Anybody wants to read the Dome of Peace? I mean, beautiful souls. Here. Okay. I'll read this beautiful presentation of Dome of Peace. And the Dome of Peace is already here. All the knowledge seekers, truth seekers, lovers of humanity has built it in a way, spreading the guns, loving each other as shareholders. So I will read this as please remember every Sunday from now on until we raise the soul of this planet to a peaceful planet. Keshe Foundation knowledge seekers worldwide will spread the GAN's waters around the world at 12 p.m. CET and or at 18 p.m. CET every Sunday at the same time, as they choose which time to suit them. Thank you for the participation in this greatest movement by the soul of man to bring about the peace on this planet as a permanent feature of the life of this planet. Mr. Keshe suggests we add the next step to create the dome of peace with power of the souls, as we have already going through this with the two eyes. And we ask you to spread the GAN's waters each Sunday. Now we give you a new path. Now try to unite each other's souls. Try to elevate the souls of humanity, soul of humanity, through your own soul to a level that no one can touch the embodiment of the human race. So beautiful. Choose a time where all of you come together on the soul level in a state of inner calmness. At that time, don't spread the water of GANs, but spread your soul. Unite, and in time, we will make a new race out of the soul of man. And then, instead of doing it once a week, do it all the time. MT Keshe. Thank you. If anybody wants to add anything about in the Dome of Peace, in the peaceful way, and I want to say something that as we are now sharing each other love, invented the I am present within us, invested all that is the wisdom in courage in the unified fields of the universal creator. The peace is here, and we can see the manifestations also. And with the connection of the souls, as we see, more than physicality, the physical matter sometimes becomes so dense that it loses its gravity, it becomes matter. And then we say, oh, this is cruel. But if we see, as we said, in our two eyes, the door to the soul, then we can understand the connection. Well, in here we can say in zero time, but instantly we can connect. And we are connected. And that is the way things will happen as humanity as a whole. And as this is universal, we are already connected to the cosmic civilization. So they are also here. And we have experienced from a long time the teacher, the master, the way of light of enlightenment, and how we can understand the origin of light, the origin of all that is to be created by every of us, like Gunther shared the song from inside. You see, if you hear, you can hear the song and you can manifest. It's your song. It's my song too. It is your song too. So this is the way the soul connects each other. If anybody wants to say anything about this, you are welcome. Thank you.
This is Mosfek. If I may, I want to add a little bit. And this Dome of Peace that we have, that is manifesting bit by bit, brightly as time goes on. So now that it is becoming brighter, maybe we want to take a closer look at it, this Dome of Peace, and see what is the reason behind this shine. The peace that we see manifesting has another element that comes with a peace, which is when we are in a state of peacefulness, what happens? Stefani was talking about this complaining thing and being sad and being irritated and various other things, very sort of emotion that keeps us away from this peace. So as the peace descends in our being, these kind of things slowly fall away. Whether there is, negative news and things that are, not uncommon, still present with us, but they're no longer affecting us with these negative emotions that are attached to it. Even the recent event of injection and so forth, which has brought a bit of physical discomfort, even that is not stopping us. We are becoming more peaceful, and we are getting detached from these kind of emotions that are, that disturbs us. And we are seeing the shine, the understanding of what's going on. With that, we no longer have to experience this negative emotion. We understand. And that feeds the peace, brings greater understanding. So this dome is shining more and more with this combination of peace and understanding. So we are no longer being affected. We are no longer getting influenced by these negative or irritating thoughts. I'll add something of a local event that relates to it. There is this. I live in a Muslim country, and there is this practice of Ramadan or fasting. And we just started, I think yesterday or 2 days back. And when you stop eating, one of the first reaction is that people tend to get, especially at the beginning of this Ramadan period, people get a bit irritated because they're kind of hungry and they don't get enough food. This is not uncommon. Those who have experiences know. Now, so this is the first level of kind of like experience of this Ramadan. But with this, once one get past this irritation, one see that certain attributes of minds, like focus, concentration, and many other things start to get stronger as time goes on with Ramadan. People who are preoccupied with eating and not eating tend not to experience that too much, because they are not sufficiently detached from this cycle of eating and not eating. So the other experience, the understanding, and the things that come with that understanding doesn't get the opportunity to flourish. So we are experiencing a similar situation at the level of humanity as the dome of peace strengthens itself. So our understanding is taking root, and it's a firm and definite root. It belongs to the whole humanity, and we may, in due time, expand it beyond the limit that we know as Earth. So, and share it with the universal community in our own unique way. So, and we add to this, to the total understanding and become part of the totality that we call universal community. We are all in it together as knowledge seekers. And let's celebrate this beautiful shine of the Dome of Peace, the beautiful understanding within this Dome of Peace, and make it even better, bigger, brighter. And we all benefit from it, not just individually, but collectively as humanity and far beyond that, perhaps. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much, my dear Mashfiq, for your beautiful words of beauty and totality. Thank you so much. Now, if somebody wants to add, or that now we can go to the next slide. Somebody wants to add something to the Dome of Peace? Beautiful souls.
Hello. I have a wish. Is it now that I have to make a wish or later?
No, the next section is about wish. My dear Rick, can we go to the next slide? Oh, there is that. Yes, there is. You can read the wish, my dear Mehrnaz. This slide brings about the needs and wishes from your community to the Universal Council as one planet, one nation, one race for justice and world peace. Please to share your wishes. Dear Mehrnaz,
Yes.
you are ready to share a wish?
But you have seen my wish on the chat, UC chat.
I will read.
Pardon?
Okay.
Yeah, I have to find it. It's in UC chat. Okay, I have it. So I give from my soul for all children growing up in peace, harmony, and respect of their rights by the adults.
I am present, my dear.
I am present.
I am present.
I am present. Present.
Okay, just for people, I ask anybody who feels something can add, can help the peace. They can contact your UCS, and then I don't know, somehow we put it in the chat, and then we announce it in One Nation, One Peace. So you see that for 2 weeks, we wished for peace in Yemen. And then you see persons send the news about the peace in Yemen. So you see how it works? The collective soul, we are here for one thing. And then that's the advancement of peace. Before anything can be used, we have to attain peace. So don't be shy and open your heart and make the wishes, and collectively we give from ourselves, and it might happen like Yemen. Thank you, everybody.
That one is really great news. Yeah, I think it's important to be aware of improvements or what to be achieved. So it's really good. Thank you for sharing, Mehran.
Okay, we have Dean with a hand up here.
Thank you, everyone. Peace. My wish is that there be an open door to the Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma to the release of technology for their signing of the peace treaty. And I am here and working on finding who the best person is in order for that to happen. So that is my wish, that because they signed that treaty, that I have an ability to interface as a knowledge seeker with the Cherokee leaders in order to bring about the peace through technology. Thank you.
I am present, my dear Dean. Thank you so much.
I am present.
Present.
I'm present.
Present with your wish, Dean. Andreas asks in the chat, how can I help, Dean? Which is a good question that we could all ask ourselves.
I have the same question. Names would be great. I'm waiting for the proposal that is coming from the Keshe Foundation for the Spaceship units, and I want to be able to bring that as a gift because of the gift that they gave from the heart of the state of the United States as a tribal nation. Anyway, I want to see that released as part of the heart of the Keshe Nation as a knowledge seeker.
Yes, of course. Yes, my dear Dean and Andreas, as we have seen in the Dome of Peace, that the soul elevations are sharing each other, communicating each other. We are elevating the position of the souls. Even we are elevating all the humanity to become in the dynamic position to see, as we say with the two eyes, the mechanism and to serve with it. Just it is taking the position dynamic, coming in balance, and my friend, it is going to come any moment. So the Cherokee Nation, I salute them, salam to them, namaskar, and I elevate the soul of all humanity that this mechanism is going to them anyhow, anyway. This is the truth of the soul. Thank you.
Dean, one good connection would be that email at sales@kfm.global. And that would be a direct line to the flight system and any arrangements for that. You could put your proposal through to that email, for example.
Yes, yes, that is also very, yes. Indeed.
And you could carbon copy that to info@keshe.foundation or any of the other emails in the customer support section that might be appropriate. I know you've sent some emails to some addresses already, but just reinforcing those ones. I think the supporting of all the Aboriginal groups of the world is very important right now. We see in Canada, for example, they've just sent a delegation from the Indigenous communities to Rome, and they've spoken with the Pope for 2 or 3 days there, giving their presentations and telling about the suffering that happened under the Roman Catholic Church, and asking for an apology, which the Pope has given, and he plans to visit Canada to deliver that apology in person as well. So this is kind of a new paradigm, because I think popes have only apologized once before in history for such atrocities. So that'll go a long ways toward that healing and achievement of peace for people all over the world, actually.
Yes, I will also say, my dear Rich, they mostly suffered, because of our conducts. But now they have to get the most beautiful way to come up again as beauty and totality as they are. So this is what the Pope understood, and they have to. Thank you.
There is an interesting element here for all of us to observe, is that, with the enhancement of our understanding, even people like Pope is coming to humility. So the humility is infecting even the people who are not used to it. So we are being affected by the enhanced understanding everywhere, including the native people of various parts of the world. So this is bringing us closer and bringing both understanding and humility where it is needed. So it's really amazing to see such changes as we set the new condition of peace.
Apparently, there were a lot of tears shed on both parties, both the Aboriginals and the side of the Pope. So they definitely came to some kind of understanding of each other's position. The Indigenous group, when they visited the Pope, they'd never seen such opulence, such display of riches, apparently, because they they met him in the place where he meets all the world leaders, and it's very beautiful, but a display of riches in that particular area of the Vatican. So they were pretty overwhelmed by all the riches because they live in a very moderate way. And I think the Pope probably appreciated that because he knows about people that live in poverty and not in the best of conditions. So there is that dichotomy as well happening. And he may have felt some shame amongst that because basically the church is not paying their bills for the Aboriginal community in Canada. They agreed to pay a few tens of millions of dollars to reimburse the community for the transgression of the past, and they refused to pay it for the last few years. So they found ways to get around it, and now they're being held to account for that as well. So I think we'll see that come true as well in the next while. Okay, is there anyone else with needs and wishes to be brought to the Universal Council? We have Salamia with a hand up here.
I'd like to thank you to Rick and to Universal Council for the support at the soul level, and especially for Mr. Keshe because he taught us about how to not to prevent but to neutralize if in case of nuclear, I don't find the word now, nuclear contamination, yes. And I beg you again to wish now and to send at the soul level to Russian leaders and European and USA leaders and to all leaders the wisdom to find the wisdom as soon as possible to end this conflict, which could become a third world war. Thank you very much.
Our souls are present in your excellent wish.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Yes, I am present.
I am present.
I'm present.
I'm present. I'm sorry, I'm present.
Thank you very much.
I give from my soul for the peace between Russia and Ukraine.
I am present.
Present.
I am present.
And this was the point of the monks when he said, just by complaining every day of things around you and judging others, you can create wars. So if we start from the source, it would be much easier for making peace as well. So will not be wars if each one of us really focus on themselves instead compare or watching others, because we underestimate the power of our thoughts, and then wars are happening. So there is a lot we can do to avoid that if it's not in line. And yeah, so all of us we can do. That is the power of it. I would like to make a wish, but it's a little bit selfish. But I think if it's a wish that if I manage to, then it would have a ripple effect. Not the other will benefit from it, because that is the power of sharing information, knowledge. Yes, basically, after seeing Gianni doing the heating system, we had a group in Italian community. It was like a lab group, and we decided to do a copy or variation of what Giovanni did. And this has come to the right time, because I don't know, but in UK, in Italy, the price of the heating went double, and electricity, I think, as well. And so I tried, and my wish is that it's gonna work, because this is the importance of understand the technology. I didn't understand quite what I'm doing, so I copied a little bit, and so I just wish this works. But yes, I was reading a lecture of Mr. Keshe where he reminded everyone, when you experimenting, to write exactly what you do so you can replicate, and I didn't do. So even if it's work, I don't know if I will be able to replicate. Yeah, so I just wanted to share this, because we can, learn, it's just like, I want to share this, and I hope we work the heating system, because it will be a way when, plasma can be used in any sectors, and can improve our lifestyle if we understand deeply how it works. Yeah, I just want to say this.
If, again, it's Mehran's UCS Farsi language. If I can suggest something, I strongly believe that if we go to catastrophe ideas and think about it, it's not giving the positive results. It's not, it may give the bad results, not catastrophic, but there is no use for it also. I think if we concentrate on the good side of it and wish the peace instead of the bombs, atomic bombs, it's much, much more positive, and it erases the idea of atomic bomb, true or not true, and that's kind of negative. So we do just impossible going towards the fronts, not towards the back. Otherwise, we waste our time, we waste our health or whatever. Just this idea of thinking of the possibilities of good for everybody. Thank you. I think with thinking about war can be created. All the wars are created by words and intention. And there has always been a choice of not having wars also. So we better maybe let aside the past way of thinking and go towards the light and what we are worth, which are the humans which are peaceful, and finishing with negativities and etc. True or whatever, rumors or what. Thank you very much.
Go right ahead, Salamia.
I think her hand went down there. Okay, we're at.
Well, okay.
Go ahead, Mark.
No, I think she just left when I asked her to go right ahead.
Yeah.
I put her hand down for her.
Scared her away. Okay, we're at the 2.5 hour mark here, so perhaps we should wrap things up. If there's no other needs and wishes. Anything else to say?
My dear Rick, we can go to the next slide. If there is yes. This is the contact. This is Shwetambar, UC Hindi language. This is the contact of the UCM, emails of the UCM, and anybody can contact anytime, any moment with the questions related to our plasma dynamics and also soul and spiritual. Thank you. And there's the next slide, my dear Rick. Here, we are here to serve, not to be served. The Universal Council. Thank you so much. Thank you, my dear ones. Thank you for your beautiful eyes. Thank you for your beautiful hearts and souls. Salam, namaste, salute.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for attending today's 216th One Nation, One Planet, One Race for World Peace here on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022. Our next public teaching workshop is the Keshe Plasma Reactor group, which is coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, April 6th, starting at 7 a.m. Central European Time. And we usually spend several hours discussing various aspects of the plasma technology and sharing experiments and ideas, concepts, or whatever with a variety of topics. We always try to bring it back to the plasma technology eventually. So people are welcome to join that group. Of course, we have the Knowledge Seekers Workshop coming up on Thursday, April 7th, starting at 9 a.m. Central European Summer Time.
And the TV Galactica.
Yes, that's the other thing. TV Galactica with Marie. And you can access that through the TV Galactica Facebook site as well as the YouTube channel. And that's at, I believe it's at 11 p.m. CET
Yes.
today.
11.
All right. there's nothing else, I think we'll end with the usual spaceship unit video.
Ready for dance?
ready to clap and dance, Shweta? All right, here we go. Bye, everyone.